Hey guys, if you like what you see today, make sure to smash that like button and consider subscribing.
Okay, so I'll bring up on my phone here. So what you're going to see in the video that I'm going to have following this is a Zoom putting lesson I had with Jacob and Nathan. And before I started recording on Zoom, we were going through this. I was sharing my phone with them on the Zoom app, and we were talking about 100 putts that they each took on with their blast motion sensor, and we were just going through some of their averages here. Like, for example, this is Jake, and he was hitting that average perfectly on his tempo, hitting it at that 2-to-1 rate, which is fantastic. And I looked down at Nathan, and Nathan was good too at 1.8 to 1, so he was real close to getting that 2-to-1. But what we were looking at specifically in the lesson, which we conducted with a couple phones logged into Zoom, was talking about their face angle impact. So it's trying to get them to get it to try to get a little bit more square impact. I was also talking about, based on that, also talking about their path and how their alignment could have a little bit to do with that. So you'll see in the video here how I had a camera with zoom on, looking at the face to see what the face was doing at impact, so we could see that, see if there's any twist or what that face angle was at impact. And then I had the brother that wasn't putting standing behind them and checking out their lines, making sure that their feet, knees, hips, and shoulders all look fairly square, parallel, left or right, depending on which brother was putting, because one's left-handed, one's right-handed, but making sure it's parallel left or right of their target line. So we'll jump into that and take a look.
Got an antique phone, so.
It's not a flip phone, dude. At least it's not a flip phone.
Nice, right?
My dad's trying to get us a flip phone. Or he wants us to have a flip phone.
So, okay. Hold on. Jake,
Yeah.
do you have Zoom on your phone?
Yeah, my phone is a 5S. I'm trying to get a new phone.
If you guys can't get the Zoom on the phone, that's fine. You can just, it'd be great if you could, but if not, you can just use the phones to record the putting stroke from face on.
It's downloading on my phone, the meeting app, so.
Okay. So what we're going to try to do is focus on what the face of your club or your face of your putter is doing at impact. So that's why we're going to take video, or with the Zoom. And I just started recording the session right now, so I'll send this playback to you guys. But we're going to try to zero out that putter face at impact, so it's square. That's going to be our objective at this point.
I think it's gonna work.
Oh, there it is.
Connect. Okay. Oh, I see Nathan on spot. Let's see. Now, how do I? Oh, start video. Grr.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Cam.
Hi.
I saw your feet, but now I see you.
Okay, I'm gonna. I guess it's fine. I'm muted then. So now we. Whoops. Sorry.
That's
How do
okay.
I flip the video? There we go. Okay, here, Jake, you do what Brendon wants you to do, and Nathan will go first.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So Nathan, set up to putt. Now let's do it. That's the down the line view that you're doing now. I want to see the face on view.
So like.
For the one from the side.
Love Jake.
I don't know where. Here? Maybe?
Nope, from the side.
Okay.
So right up next to the golf ball. Now turn. There you go. That's face on. So get it down on the ground. Just like you were gonna set it up before. That way. Okay, good. Now can you get a little bit tighter so I can see really, really close to the putter? Yep. There you go.
Can you see it fine?
Back it up just a touch. Perfect. Now, here's the thing that's really cool about you having this mat. You've got all those lines on there, okay? So what we need to do is we need to really focus. And do you have your blast sensor charged up?
Yeah, it's on the putter.
So it's good to go?
I might need my mom's phone. Well, I do need.
Well, listen, you don't need, here's the cool thing about Blast. You don't need to have the app on for it to capture the data when you're practicing, just as long as the sensor's on.
Okay, yeah, it's blinking. So.
Okay, so you're good. So with those lines, we need to make sure that when we come in at impact, making sure that our speed is good, that we have that club face of the putter remaining square all the way through, even past impact, as square as possible. So what I want you to do is hit like, I don't know, maybe like 10 putts and really focusing on square club face coming in at impact and just past impact, okay? So there's your miss. That I can't remember what it was, but that's your miss is a pull, and you just did it there. One of the easiest ways to work with this, you see the white line on the back of your putter?
It's a black line.
Or black line? It should line up with the white line that's on the ground there. You see that? So focus on the black line on the back of your putter, going back on that white line on the mat and coming through on the white line just past the ball.
See, I focused on the square.
Well, there's other things I'm going to look at here in a minute. You've hit 2, so we got 8 more to go. And I need Jake to jump in here too to help me with some stuff in a second.
Okay.
Better? Now, Jake, do me a favor. Go stand right behind your brother.
Okay. All right.
And let me know from an alignment standpoint if his feet, knees, hips, and shoulders are all parallel right of his target line. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they are for sure.
All right.
His shoulders are like toward the kitchen.
Well, he doesn't know where the kitchen is.
Okay, well it's like way off to the right.
Just make sure throughout the whole stroke on these next 7 putts, I think he's got 7 left, make sure that his lines, meaning his toes, his knees, his hips, and shoulders, remain square parallel right of his target line. And his target line is that white line on the ground that goes right to the cup. Okay?
Shift your front foot forward a little bit. There you go.
Your shoulders are,
Yeah, your
one
shoulders.
shoulder is up.
Move your front shoulder toward the hole a little bit better. Now you're way right.
No, no.
There you go. That's better.
It was so strange.
That's better.
Whoa!
That is probably, and was my guess from the very beginning, that it was a body alignment issue. Because I have the same problem. My putts, I pull my putts too. Good.
Shoulder. There you go.
Good. Now to make 3 in a row on an 8-footer, when you look at percentages of putts made, now all of a sudden you missed your first 2 or 3, I think, right, and now you've made 3 in a row just by little tweaks with your body alignment.
Front shoulder. Turn it left. Up.
Oh, that's really.
Front foot. More. Shoulder. Not the other way. No, that's way too far.
Okay.
And
How many more you got?
I think like 4.
You don't have 4 left. You have like 3.
Okay, then 3. Oh.
So that one you missed just slightly to the left. I was looking on the other, on your mom, whoever's phone's on the ground, you had your face just slightly open on that last putt. It was open to start, like right at the beginning. So make sure that your face is nice and square with the red line on the ground there.
Front foot. Shoulder. Other way. There. Front foot again.
I'm fixing it.
Okay.
All right, so before we switch to Jake, we haven't fixed, because a fix only comes through practice. And with putting, you have to do lots of repetitions. So we took care of one part, knowing that alignment is part of the issue. But you still pulled 1 or 2, even if your alignment had gotten better. So another thing that comes into play is if your head moves up too soon, it either right before impact or at impact, if the head moves up, even if you're square with your body, the putter's going to do whatever your head does. So if you're wanting to look to see if you made a good putt too soon, the putter face is going to follow what your head does. So I want you to, Nate, I want you to hit 5 more putts. Your brother's going to check your alignment, but I don't want you to look at the final outcome of the putt. I want you to keep your head down the whole time and just listen for the ball to go in the hole.
Front foot and shoulder will go.
Don't putt, Nate, we'll start over for your 5. Don't putt until your brother says, okay, your alignment's perfect. And now, Jake, you have one more job to check his head and make sure it stays perfectly still and down looking at the ball.
Okay. Front foot and shoulder again. Front foot and shoulder.
Nice. Jake, how's he done so far with his head?
Good. Shoulder.
Okay, that's over it.
Yeah. Butt and shoulder. Butt, foot. Your shoulders down.
What do you got? One more? Good. All right, so now we're going to switch. And make sure you move, obviously move the phone the other side.
Is that good?
It's got to come a little bit back.
No, Jake, you like to the left. So,
Towards your front door. I think that's your front door.
Yeah. What are you doing?
There you go.
Okay.
you're fine.
All right, so Nate, you gotta do the same thing your brother did for you.
Front foot. Shoulder, left. Yeah, there you go. Now, how is that? The feeling, Mom?
Okay.
Nate, check his shoulders.
I know, take front foot.
Shoulder back.
Forward.
Sure.
Wait
Like that. What? Mm-hmm.
Good.
Front foot's behind your back.
Hold on one sec. So you got this duck foot thing, which is perfectly fine to have your feet go out like that.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's okay. But Nate, you know what you're still looking for, even though his feet are out like this, that there's parallel to the target line, right?
front foot.
Good. The video went out on the phone.
What is?
There you go. How many is that?
6 maybe?
Okay, we'll go with that. Good. How many have you made? How many have you made out of the 7 putts?
2 maybe.
You have to.
What?
Okay.
Really?
Yep.
It's good.
No more.
Good. That's 10, right?
I think so, maybe. Nate says 1 more.
Okay.
Is it not even?
Oh, camera went out again. All right. So here's what we're going to do now. You guys know what we're looking for the numbers on the app or on the blast. I want you to do another session of 100 after we get done today, and then send me screenshots, but knowing that you need to help each other with squaring stuff up, your body up, and keeping your head still until you hear the putt go in. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little bit of a contest. So you guys, you can pick, you see the different shades of the mat. You've got the dark and the light, the dark and the light. You got, we'll start with Nathan because he's the youngest. You picked the area that you want to putt to, and your putt has to stay in either the dark or the light area, as close as you want or as far as you want. Yep. So you want it there, and we need you to be as close to the center line and as close to the furthest circle. So go back to the area you want. That circle right there in the middle. You putt first, and then do you guys have a ball mark or something?
Yeah, you do, right? In your one?
Or coin?
We have something.
Let's use a tiny dog.
A tiny dog. No, Nate, we need a ball.
Let's use a coin or something.
Yeah, just go
I'm
get
using
it.
a tiny dog.
You can't,
Yes, I can.
because we're gonna pick the same target.
Whoever's closest gets the point. We're going 10 putts, and you get to pick the next position. Does that make sense?
There you go.
Can you shower for it too? One.
No.
I don't think you have to mark it. I think we can tell.
Is it still Nate's turn?
Now it's your turn. So if you're closer than he was, and I should add this, I meant closest without going into that next shaded area. I didn't say that, but that's what I meant. Is that ball completely in that light shaded area?
Yeah, hold on. There.
All right, so you win that one, and you get to pick the next one.
Okay. We're gonna go here, Nate. All right. Your turn. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
All right, 2 points for me.
What? Where do you want to choose?
This circle right.
This?
Yep.
Oh,
Dang, sorry.
I'm in the middle though. Yay!
Oh.
Oh.
that looks really close. Was it?
Got like half an inch.
All right, 2-1.
Okay, we're gonna go with the red.
Okay. Oh, so that red?
Yep.
No, pick a
Yeah,
shade
I'm
of
going
green.
to the red.
Shade of green.
Okay.
You could go to the red, but you're gonna have to move the hole because I want you in the center.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was
That was close.
not I'll take that one.
What is it now? Score?
3-1.
Okay.
And this is 3-1.
Okay, I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
How? This is so.
Oh.
All right, it's 4-1 now.
Okay.
Okay, let's go there.
Yeah, okay.
Yay.
Mark it.
Yay. Alright.
No.
Ooh.
All right, 4-2.
Okay.
Let's go.
To the farthest
to-
circle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what to do. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh.
5-2.
So Nate, you have to win the last 3 to tie it.
Well, that's blowing my lead.
You didn't have a lead. It was 5-2. I guess I got you.
All right.
6-2.
So you won that one. Here's the next game. Is your mom right there too?
Mom,
I'm right here.
come
Come
on.
here.
Okay.
All right, so here's the game. You're putting to the hole. We're
Yeah.
playing a modified version of horse, like in basketball. So for each make, you're spelling a letter, or you get a letter. We're going to spell golf. But here's the thing: if you make it, but your head moves and you look before the ball goes in the hole, and that's where I need your mom to make sure your head stays still. Even if it goes in and you move your head, you don't get the letter.
So
Oh,
it's
man.
first to golf?
First one you spell golf. So flip the coin who goes first. Flip that coin or the marker.
I want
You don't know how to
heads.
flip.
I want
Oh,
heads.
You don't know how to flip
Yes,
a coin.
I
You
do.
flip it like this.
So it's flipped. It's flipped. It's
Heads,
head.
I got it.
What? I didn't even get a say.
Wait, where are you hitting it to?
Oh, what is it?
The hole.
Oh, the hole. Sorry.
All right.
You missed, so that's a, is it a, if they miss,
No,
they get a
first one to
letter?
go, first one to go.
Or if they make it?
make, they're trying to spell golf. So the makes are the ones they get letters for.
Okay.
Oh, it's over
Okay.
there.
Oh, he made it, and he did it. G.
I got a G.
You got a G.
I'm gonna get it.
And the head was good, right, Kim?
Yep. He waited till he heard it, and then he moved.
Good.
Miss, Nathan, you were close.
Nathan, remember what the drills were before, what we were working on. When you're doing the game, you can't forget about keeping everything square and club face square.
All right.
You knew before you even looked. Nathan thinks it's so funny. Andrew looked.
Oh shoot! Yes, I did.
It's like too long for him to be serious. Oh, nice
I
job.
got it.
He did it. He's got to know.
Man, no man can never get a break.
Well, try to be serious
You know,
this
man.
Oh,
What is so funny? I don't understand. What's so funny? What's so funny?
Oh no. Well, it's so weird.
It looks weird.
Nate, can you see me? Just go like this. Go.
Musa.
Serious.
All right. Come on.
can't.
Yes, you can. If you say you can, you will.
Okay.
You
Oh,
look.
And you looked, and you know what? Your shoulders were hunched up like that. Not to laugh.
That's me.
No, it's not. It's making you miss too.
It's making me not laugh. Oh.
There's the L. Boom.
You got an L. Head stayed down. All right, Nathan, come on. You gotta catch up, bro.
So Nate's got some work to do. You got some practice to do.
Yes, for sure.
That's right.
It's in.
That's it.
Nice.
Shake hands or fist bump.
Take it or whatever.
All right, so here's the plan. 100 putts each, focusing on, make sure that your tempo ratio stays the same. They were both really good for both you guys, but we're really focusing on what that face is doing impact, okay? Help each other when you're doing the 100 putts, and we will talk about that this weekend when we see, no, it's not, is it this weekend we see each other?
No, next weekend.
Next weekend.
Yeah.
So maybe we do this. Maybe we do another video lesson. Go ahead and schedule one in between now and next Tuesday.
Not Thursday.
We can do Thursday.
No, we can do
It's
it.
my birthday.
We'll do it before. We'll do it. Well, or we'll do it after. We'll do it after your birthday.
Yeah.
But send me screenshots of your readings from Blast, the averages, okay?
Which screenshot is more helpful? The ones that the kind that I sent you, or the one that Jake?
No,
I think-
the ones that exactly what you sent me.
Okay. Because Jake, I think, was more concerned with proving that he did the 100, so he didn't really do the graph. He's like, I wanted it to show 100. I'm like, it does.
We'll have. We're gonna set up the. I'm gonna get a code for the free accounts. They already said that they're gonna do that. I just haven't gotten it yet. So
Okay.
that part about proving you did your putting, I'll be able to see that as soon as you get the code and I get you logged in on there. So,
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Good practice.
Thanks, Brendan.
Thank you.
Thank
All right.
you.
See you guys soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.